What's up, everybody? Got a 2017 Dodge Journey. It's a V6 motor. We are going to be doing a tune-up. Fuel injector on cylinder number 2. You got a misfire on 2. Anytime you take off the intake manifold gasket, always suggest replacing the intake gasket. On this car, usually you can access the front 3 coil packs. On this one, you cannot. They're underneath right here. There's actually one right there, I think. But you definitely have to take off the intake manifold to get to these. These are actually easy to get to. Once you take this off, you get to the 3 in the back. The rest are under here. So we need to start with this right here. Unplug that. I'm gonna take that off. Unplug this. Take that off. Let's see, I'm gonna unplug this. Let me basically, you're gonna take all these bolts right here. There's one underneath there. There's one right here, there, one right there, and one down in there. To remove this, and you got 2 10mm right here in the front, one right here, one right here. And then what I like to do is just bend these bars forward. Then you're gonna have, once you take this off, probably take it off from here, right here, and then take all of this off, pull this clip out, and then you're gonna have should be a bracket right here, and then maybe one back here holding it on. Okay, so the route that I'm going, which I think is the easiest route, is take that off. There's a bolt right there. Loosen that up. It's gonna be right there. Then you got a little clip right here to take off there. A little clip right there. Just use your trim tool to get those off. Okay. Now this bracket, I'm gonna take the whole bracket off. You got a 10mm right here. Let's see, 10mm right there. Let's see. You got a 13 right down there, which is this guy here. It's kind of hard to see, but it's right there. Okay. Then there's an 8mm right there. That guy. That guy. I believe. No. Is that holding on the bracket? No, that's not part of it. No, it's just these 3, 10mm, 10mm, and then I think that 13, and this bracket should come off. Yeah, so I just got to get that 13mm right there. That guy. Then we'll take that bracket off. I already took these 10s off right here. Then I'm gonna just come with a pry bar right here, bend them jokers forward. Or you can just take out the bolt on the bottom. For me, it's just gonna be faster to bend them. Okay. Now, I think after that bracket comes off, and then you bend these 2 guys forward enough to clear the bolt here, or you could also take a inverted Torx bit and then just pull the stud out. If you don't want to bend these guys, just take an inverted Torx bit and just pull the whole stud out. Okay. Then that actually might be easier. I might do that. It's also like probably like a 5mm, 5.5mm metric you can use instead. Then you're gonna take all these bolts out right here in the middle. This guy should come up then. The only thing is I think there's something holding this on in the back. But once I take the bracket out, deal with these two studs, should come off. Oh yeah, so I was right. It's just these two 10s right here, two 10s. Then that 13, that's down there that I showed you. Once you take that 13, you need a pry bar, and you need to pull this off of that stud. And there's a whole damn 13 millimeter stud behind it. And once you take that stud off, pull this bracket out. So there's your 10 right there, your 10 right there, and your 13 go right there. Won't be needing that shit anymore, because I ain't gonna put it back. Okay? Alright, you got some hoses here. One right there. You got one right there. And then one right here, this guy. So I'll take those 3 hoses off. Okay? Now, move this over to the side. You got to get that bolt right there. And then you may or may not be able to take these studs out, because I was looking at them, and if you try to take them out, then it might pull this washer behind it. I don't know. I'm gonna try it anyway. Let's see what happens. You will not be able to pull these out. Like I said, I thought that was gonna happen. The washer will come out behind it. Oh, you know what? Actually, this might work. Yeah. Now, this will come up, actually. Yeah. And then you can just screw them back in, or whatever. Yeah, that works for me. So I'll just do that, and then I can still bend the bracket if I want to. That's a 4 millimeter, by the way. 4 millimeter socket I was using. All right, now I just gotta take that 8 millimeter out. That's underneath there. Okay, so like I just showed you, I just unscrewed those 4 millimeters. That actually worked out really good. Took off that bracket with these 3 pipes, and then I just used the pry bar. I guess I kind of broke that, but it's okay. Just make sure nothing falls down inside the intake. So let's take that, move it out the way. And then this comes up, and I didn't even have to take this off. I'm gonna just leave that there. Actually, I have to move it out the way for what is holding that in? Oh, it's hooked on right here on the bottom. So I see there's like a right there. So there's something right here on the top. Oh, it's just like a grommet. I just lift that up with a pry bar. Yeah. It's just sitting on it. So you just gotta lift it up. It's just sitting right there on the. So there's just 2 grommets. You just gotta pull it up in the back. There's just these 2 holes, grommet holes. Just pull them up in the back. They sit right on top of these guys, these little black nubs. And now you get your spark plugs in the back. Here's your spark plugs in the front that were under the intake manifold. Then here's our fuel injector right here that we want to take out. So I'll probably have to take these bolts out for the fuel rail. These 4 bolts, fuel rail should come up, and I should be able to take off, get that injector out, because you got the fuel rail pushing on top of the injector, so you can't just pull it out. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take out these 3 spark plugs, those 3 spark plugs. Then we're going to be replacing this gasket right here. Take out these 4 bolts right here, which are star bits. Lift up fuel rail, replace that guy. Let's do that now. Okay, so I use this tool right here to take them out. Swivel socket, top joint. There's the old ones, that's the new ones. fishing. Then I'll just take 3 new ones. They already been pre-gapped. 2, 3. Okay. Then, oh shit. Really, you want to do this by hand, but I'm a professional. Doing this for a long time. Got a feel for it, baby. You don't never run them down there quick either. I've seen them get stripped out before like that. Strip the damn head out. You got a real big problem there. So don't do what I do. You do it the slow way. You do it the old school way. Like I said, I got a feel for it. I've been doing it for a long time. I live dangerously. Okay. All right, that's those guys. Now, we're going to do the same thing for the ones in the back. Just like I did. Except I'm not going to use this. I'm going to use that ratchet. Because it's a little bit less clearance back there. We'll do that. Then we're going to take out fuel injector. So I have changed out the 3 spark plugs in the back just like I did in the front. I went ahead and unplugged this guy. You just got to pull up this red tab. Push on the black one. Lift it up. T27s, that's what these guys are. So I'm gonna lift up here, and as a matter of fact, let me take these bolts out of here so they don't fall down. Set the intake, and I'm just gonna pry it up here. There we are. I get a little fuel coming out here. There we go. Now, pull this guy out. Just gonna wiggle it. Maybe some pliers will help. But that's it. Pull this guy out. Let's see. Bar. Now you got that O-ring you got to get out of there too. Yeah, this guy doesn't come with it, so you got a new O-ring here. You got a new O-ring up here. So we'll pull that O-ring. We'll just shove this guy down in there, put it back together. And that's basically how you do your fuel injectors. So tighten down. When you tighten down your fuel injectors, it's got to go in a certain way. You'll see that there's a cross hatch, like a pattern. You see right there, it lines up so that the fuel injector only goes one way. It's got to face that way, just the same exact way that the other fuel injectors are facing. Got to face the exact same way. Okay, so tighten these bolts down. Basically, we're done. I'm just gonna put this back here. Like so. I'll put this back on, and we're done. Just tighten down these bolts right here. Tighten these, plug in your electrical connectors and your 3 pipes back there, and you're good to go. Put that pipe back in there. You're done. That's it. Okay, so that's how you do the fuel injector, spark plug, intake manifold gasket. This is a 2017 3.6 liter Dodge Journey.